And I believe that there is a moral sense and a global ethic that commands attention from people of every religion and every faith and people of no faith. But I think what's new is that we now have the capacity to communicate instantaneously across frontiers, right across the world. We now have the capacity to find common ground with people whom we will never meet, but who we can meet through the internet and through all the modern means of communication. That we now have the capacity to organize and take collective action together to deal with a problem or an injustice that we want to deal with. And I believe that this makes this a unique age in human history, and it is the start of what I will call the creation of a truly global society. Now look at what's happened in the last 10 years. In Philippines in 2001, President Estrada, 1 million people texted each other about the corruption of that regime, eventually brought him down, and it was, of course, called the coup de text. Then you had in Zimbabwe, the first election under Robert Mugabe a year ago. Because people were able to take mobile phone photographs of what was happening at the polling stations, it was impossible for that premier to fix that election in the way that he wanted to do. Or take Burma and the monks that were blogging out, a country that nobody knew anything about what was happening until these blogs told the world that there was a repression that was meaning that lives were being lost and people were being persecuted, and Aung San Suu Kyi, who is one of the great prisoners of conscience of the world, had to be listened to. And then take Iran itself and what people are doing today, following what happened to Nida. People who are preventing the security services of Iran, finding those people who are blogging out of Iran, by everybody who is blogging changing their address to Tehran, Iran, and making it difficult for the security services. Now take, therefore, what modern technology is capable of, to the power of our moral sense, allied to the power of modern communications and our ability to organize internationally. That, in my view, gives us the first opportunity as a community to fundamentally change the world. Now, we are the first generation which is in a position to do this. Combine the power of a global ethic with the power of our ability to communicate and organize globally. So my argument today is basically this. We have the means by which we can create a truly global society. The institutions of this global society can be created by our endeavors. That global ethic can infuse the fairness and responsibility that is necessary for these institutions to work. But we should not lose the chance in this generation, in this decade in particular, with President Obama in America, with other people working with us around the world, to create global institutions for the environment and for finance and for security and for development that make sense of our responsibility to other peoples, our desire to bind the world together, and the need to tackle problems that everybody knows exist.